Welcome everybody to Shawnee High School, where today we are covering a great boys lacrosse matchup between the Moorestown Quakers and the Shawnee Renegades. Hello everybody, I'm Joe Malagrana today with my partner, Mr. Jeff Provost. What do you think about today's game, Jeff?
I think today is going to be a great game, Mr. Mel, and as my gym teacher, Shawnee's got a rich tradition of lacrosse, and Moorestown lacrosse, always a good game. Close game last year in the playoffs. Hopefully it carries over to today.
Absolutely, and we will be right back.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Comegno Law Group, providing thorough, responsive, and committed legal representation. 856-234-4114 or ComegnoLaw.com. Zallie's Fresh Kitchen Catering at ShopRite of Medford for parties large and small, business and family, and more. Fresh ideas, fresh ingredients, fresh results. 855-ZFK Menu. Or on the web at ZallieFamilyMarkets.com. Dan Higgins Wood Flooring, your hardwood flooring specialist since 1985. Showroom located at 370 Miller Road, Medford, New Jersey. Free quotes, free delivery, no subcontractors. Learn more at danhiggins.com. Paradise Solar and Electrical LLC, your trusted electrical and solar contractor in New Jersey. 609-801-2420 or online at ParadiseSolarLLC.com. The Chris Murray Mortgage Group, proud graduate and supporter of the Lenape Regional High School District. 609-922-2630. Three-dimensional physical therapy, dedication, drive, difference. At 3D PT, we see more than your injury. We see your comeback. With one-on-one care and a recovery plan built just for you, we'll help you heal faster, move better, and get back in the game. Experience the 3D PT difference. Davis PT and Sports Rehab. Expect more. Delivering high-caliber treatment and assessments with the application of cutting-edge technology for rehabilitation and sports performance. On the web at davisptsr.com. Burns Honda. For Honda savings, selection, and service, turn to Burns. Route 73 in Marlton, 856-983-0600 or BurnsHonda.com. For more information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 868,000, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
Okay, we're back here at Shawnee High School again with my partner Jeff Provost. Good one today, Jeff. We should be in for a great one. I think last year Shawnee defeated Moorestown in the South Jersey Group 3 Finals 10-9, but they have a history of really going at it with each other.
Yeah, these two, there's no love lost between these two teams, I'll tell you that. And that carries across over multiple sports.
It's now time for the Jostens Sideline Report. Remember your year with a one-of-a-kind yearbook for your students. Yearbooks and parent ads available online at jostens.com. I'm going to send it down to our reporter, Amelia Spratlin. Take it away, Amelia.
Thanks, guys. This is going to be an intense rematch between two amazing teams. Last year, Shawnee took the win against Moorestown in the playoffs, but we'll see what's in store this season. Before the game, I talked to Coach Carey of Moorestown and asked him how they plan to control their possessions today. He told me they need to have good passes, move off of the ball, not throw into contested areas, stay patient, and stay with the ball. I then talked to Coach Green of Shawnee and asked him what the team has done in practice to limit their turnovers today. He explained that they need to think about what's important and when it's time to go fast versus when it's time to possess the ball, and that they've been working on a lot of decision making in practice leading up to today. We're in for a super competitive match tonight. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Amelia. And we're about 6 minutes away from the start of today's game. Weather-wise, we thought we might been squelching on our broadcast today. We had a little rain from 12 to about 12 to 1:20, but fortunately it stopped. It's a little bit warm, and we're going to get to the keys of the game.
It's now time for the Equitable Keys to the Game, providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other need-based products since 1859. Equitable. Together, we'll build the right strategy for your future. 732-452-7275. So for Moorestown, it's slow down Shawnee's offense.
Yeah, especially, again, you have your leading scorer there, Tom McEnany, coming in here with 332 total points in his career. They also have the freshman Mason McGovern, and I'm missing the second scorer. Taylor Rockowitz is the second one. They'll be keeping an eye on those three.
Absolutely. Shawnee control possessions.
Well, yeah, they're known for not rushing the shots, and that's going to be very important for them today.
Absolutely. And lastly, it's limit turnovers.
Of course, in any sport, you have those turnovers, could be a killer for momentum.
Absolutely. And if I could just talk on that last one, I was here at the game against Westfield on Saturday, and I unfortunately think that the turnovers is what did Shawnee in the end in that game against Westfield. A very good team, very good game, but in the end it was a couple turnovers here and there that proved costly.
That will usually do it. Those are your Equitable Keys to the Game. Like I said, Moorestown's coming in here, Jeff, with a 3-4 record. It could be a little bit deceiving because, as you know, their 4 losses, they played some really tough teams out of the American Division, out of their Olympic Conference, and sometimes even out of the state. And Shawnee's coming in with a 5-2 record, kind of similar. Their two losses, came against a really difficult and tough Westfield team coming off their last game. And I believe it was Radnor, their first game. I believe that Radnor was actually rated up at the top in the state of Pennsylvania.
I think they were number 1, but we are going to go to break, and we'll be right back with some game action.
Coming from a small private middle school, I was a little nervous to come to Shawnee, but as soon as I got here, all those nerves vanished. Everybody was so welcoming. Every teacher knows you individually. It's really, really great to be a part of, and I couldn't imagine going anywhere else.
We have a variety of clubs here at Shawnee. I think getting involved in a club is a great way to meet new people and kind of just feel welcomed to the Shawnee community.
There's such a broad variety. There's something for everyone.
We actually just started new cooking clubs. There's clubs for kids who want to do community service. There's clubs for kids who just want to draw.
Being in a club is more than just going and pursuing an interest here at Shawnee. It's starting to build a network and a friend group, and it's really fun to watch them grow by being a part of these different clubs that we offer here at Shawnee.
Our athletic program here at Shawnee is top-notch. You look around the gym, you see state championship banners. Kids go on and play at the next level in college from their athletic programs here at Shawnee.
Friday nights on the turf field are really just There's nothing else like it.
As an athlete, I know how it feels to have the whole school come to your games and just cheer for you. You feel really supported, and it's really great.
Teachers will come, they'll bring their kids out. It just seems like everyone is rooting for Shawnee.
We even have esports if you're not interested in playing on the field or on the court. It's really great.
Shawnee has a plethora of academic opportunities for students.
For kids like myself who want to be able to challenge themselves and really grow throughout the year, there's a lot of different AP classes that you can take. There's a lot of business classes, tech classes. I take engineering classes that I really enjoy. So not just high levels that are going to push you to be a better student, but also different areas that are more niche that are going to allow you to explore different opportunities that you're interested in.
We have tons of options for students that are interested in career readiness. So we have tons of different electives that are for consumer sciences, wood shop, different technology classes, photography. So you can really find like what you need at Shawnee.
Because we are so well-rounded in our elective field, students become better decision makers, they become better problem solvers.
We want to make sure the kids come out of here with real positive character and the types of habits and skills that are going to make them successful when they get in the real world.
The NJSIAA requires officials to enforce all rules.
Yeah, it looks like we're back and getting ready to start shortly.
There will be no tolerance for any
Getting that classic NJSIA sportsmanship reading here, probably drowning us out.
Yes, a little bit loud, but that's okay.
Just need to make sure everyone hears it.
Such behavior will result in being ejected from this event. All participants must respect the game and respect their opponents.
Okay, we got the teams ready to get the pregame speech from the referees, and we'll be getting started shortly.
Yeah, both teams are ready to play. There's no doubt about it. Like I said earlier, there's no love lost between these two teams, and they get excited to play. It doesn't matter. It's the regular season here, but playoffs, regular season, doesn't matter. Shawnee always wants to beat Moorestown, and Moorestown always wants to beat Shawnee.
Absolutely, and I think we can go way back, even head-to-head. I doubt very remotely that never every game that they played was always a very close game.
Absolutely.
And we
just like last year.
Okay, ready to take the face-off. Okay, we're just getting ready to start.
Dead silent now.
Yeah. And it looks like Moorestown is going to win the face-off.
That is
the left side.
Ben Labroli, their Fogo guy. When I say you win the face-off, you win the game, but that's not necessarily true.
No, they always can score in bunches, that's for sure.
It is one of those momentum sports.
He's keeping it calm on the left side.
Moorestown not forcing anything, just cycling the ball around. Probably testing out that Shawnee defense here.
Yeah, it always 1 or 2 minutes. Usually they kind of feel each other out and see what they're up against.
And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's frantic battle in front of the net.
You get that elusive first goal. There's a run here, and a shot, and a goal. Looked like number 37.
Early goal. Wyatt Tickner.
Why look like Wyatt Tickner, the freshman. Wow, just right at the 1 minute mark.
Not what you want to see if you're Shawnee.
Of the first quarter.
Ideal start if you're Moorestown, though. But the reality is we're 1 minute into the game.
Yeah, I think we do have plenty of time left.
Plenty of time.
For sure.
4 12-minute quarters, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Okay, face off again. After that early goal by the Quakers. It's going to stay with the Quakers. That's number 5, Ben Labrola.
So he didn't win it, but once again, you can see that Ben Labroli was in on that face-off. Moorestown's back to work here, passing the ball around. Trey Scioli with the last. He's got 10 goals. He's tied second on the team with goals. Again, moving it around. There's Scioli. Now in the hands of Cade McDonough. Looking to see what's next. We got Scioli again. Dodging a little bit. Errant pass, and it looks like it's going to go to Shawnee.
Yeah, since it wasn't a shot on goal, Shawnee will take over.
They're moving it up here. Jackson Hayes moving the ball, advancing it here. Looking to see what he's got. Number 10, that's Michael Bartasius. Have him in class. Great kid, great student, student athlete.
Great teacher?
No,
come on, Jeff.
Then there's Mason McGovern, the standout freshman. He's doing quite well this year with 15 goals.
All right. And he's also started for the basketball team this year.
Passing around to Tyler Rockowitz, back to McGovern. McGovern's going to cycle it to Mike Betley. Grayson Santucci. Sorry. I think that might have been Brett Lundberg.
You're right. We had two number 24s listed, so we're going to go with Brett Lundberg for number 24.
Now, if that is him, this is his first game back after suffering a preseason injury. That is a missed shot by Rockowitz. And the Mason McGovern thought that he was the closest there, but it was called like Morristown.
Right, number 28, Nicholas Servalos.
Wes Canton in goal for Morristown. They're going to use him to help move the ball up. You can see he's doing the old trick of the old pockets out. Nice. Errant pass. Jackson Hayes here, long stick defender, obviously. Bartasius bringing the ball up. He's looking to see what he can do here. He's got Rockowitz underneath the net. Over to McEnany, as you mentioned. Insane career stats. You know, I noticed against Westfield, too, Shawnee is a pretty patient team. They don't need to force anything. They like to break down their opponents.
Absolutely. And, again, that was one of our keys for the game with their composure and patience, which is very important.
Here's Lundberg, a Duke commit. Again, you can see the wrap on his left hamstring there. It is his first game back. You got to give him some leeway.
Yeah, but they're going to keep possession here.
Absolutely. Shot was just off the mark, much to Morristown's relief. Rockowitz. Santucci now. Trying to dodge a little bit, find an open man. Found McEnany, who finds McGovern. I saw him score from that sweet angle against Westfield on the other side. He's capable of it, certainly. Michael Bartasius looking around, seeing what Morristown's defense is giving him. Back to Rockowitz. Credit Morristown's defense here, you know. They're doing a pretty good job not letting Shawnee get near the crease.
That's right, looking for...
Oh, that's too easy. That's Bartasius to McEnany. That looked a little too easy there. Right when I was praising their defense, they found a sweet spot and certainly
didn't miss it, that's for sure.
Did not miss it. All right, let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Had Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. So there's the goal there. So you see Bartasius just gets it in, and McEnany found a soft spot in the defense and just put it away.
I'm wondering if the defense there was looking for a shot there and instead they got the pass and resulted in the first goal for Shawnee.
Another face-off won by Ben Labroli here, who's a junior. He stays on. They get the ball to Trey Scioli. Looking to get the ball in the hands of Cade McDonough. Now the goal scorer, Wyatt Tickner. Again, both, you know, one of the big things here is shot clock. Yeah, that's a big point of discussion with boys lacrosse, and I wouldn't be shocked if the next couple of years we see that implemented in the game.
They've also been talking about that with basketball in high school.
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah.
So now it's in the hands of Nolan Hughes, the freshman. Cade McDonough trying to dodge a little bit. Can't quite. 16, so Seol, the ball here. He's getting mauled pretty good. Little forced turnover by Jack Creaney there, the short stick defensive midfielder. He's going to take it all the way. No, he's going to pass it to McEnany here, who decides to recycle the ball around, get McGovern on the elbow. McGovern in possession. Passes it to Rockowitz, back to McGovern. Back to Rockowitz. I feel like that's common in lacrosse, just a little back and forth action.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's part of that composure. Looking for the cutter, hitting the open man.
Santucci now at the point, giving the ball over to Lumberg. Be nice to see him get a goal early here. Back to Mason. Bartasius behind the net. Rockowitz. McEnany, the lone goal scorer. Dodging, but Moorestown making it difficult. Oh, he had a good look there at Santucci, but the ball was just out of place.
Great move there by Moorestown defense.
Yeah, totally deked out Bartasius.
Again, was number 28, Nicholas Cervalos.
Michael Otway, the long sticker, advancing the ball, passes it to Alex Waldhauser. Now in the hands of, or was in the hands of the freshman Nolan Hughes, who is the leading goal scorer on this team. We have not called 59's number yet, but here we are, Tommy O'Connor.
Okay, junior.
Tommy O'Connor with the ball, tight angle, shoots it. I think he missed. I don't think it was a save.
Yeah, that was wide, but had the Moorestown player down there. They're going to keep possession.
Moorestown retains possession. I'm just looking, Mel. Is that a photographer down there? Because that's not where I'd want to stand or sit. I feel like these balls could do some damage.
That's for sure.
Oliver Young playing some great defense, almost caused the turnover there. Now you see Shawnee's D is a little collapsed as the ball goes to McDonough. Sorry, Wyatt Tickner. He's surveying the field. You got Max Cervalos. Passes the ball off. Maybe. Oh, no. Turnover. Jackson Hayes coming up big once again. Oh, you got the long sticker taking a shot.
And a great save.
You love seeing that. That was a pretty good shot.
Again, West Canton coming into this game with 57 saves.
40 goals given up. Let's compare that to Shawnee's goalie, Tyler Noose, with 50 saves and 34 goals given up.
Yeah, pretty even.
Now, I will say, Shawnee has played some very stiff competition, but they also have played some weaker teams. I came to a game the other day after my tennis match, and I noticed it was 22-1, and I said, I think I'm going to go home and eat dinner.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to support my students, it's just tough to watch.
It makes it difficult.
Ben Labroli. He's their face-off guy, but he's spending a lot of time out there. Trey Seol. Number 2, that's Johnny Sears playing some good defense there and causes the turnover.
Yeah, I believe that's like the third turnover on Moorestown. Shawnee with the possession.
Yeah, you talk about the keys to the game, limit turnovers. I think Shawnee's winning the turnover battle.
Yeah.
It's early. It's early. Ooh. Little move by Bartasius there, getting out of the way of that long stick. Rockowitz behind the net. McEnany back to Rockowitz. But as you said earlier in the broadcast, the weather kind of cleared out. It's a nice day for Lacrosse. It's not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah, a little cloud cover. It's comfortable for us. It's comfortable for the players, that's for sure.
Absolutely. McGovern in possession to Rockowitz. McEnany, Bartasius, Santucci. Lomberg now.
Coming up on a minute left in the first quarter.
That went by quick. Low-scoring affair. When these two teams play each other, it usually is a low-scoring affair.
And a quick game because the clock doesn't stop.
That is true. Two very good teams. Bartasius is going to dodge a little bit here, and he goes in and he gets the goal. Nice little move there. Deke out the defender. Puts it in the bottom.
And again, good control, possession off of that Moorestown turnover.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. Lomberg dodging a little bit, gets it over to Bartasius. He says, mine.
Quick
he just
move.
Goes in. Puts it to the backside of that goal. That's a tough save to make. When you have to go back
with
across.
that quick movement, and you have the goalie moving laterally, makes it a difficult save.
All the credit in the world here to Ben Libroli. Another face-off won. And another turnover. I think I missed that, but it looked like Johnny Sears came up with it. He's passing it forward to the freshman, Mason McGovern. Drops the ball. There's a little scramble for it.
A little break here.
There was so much subbing going on. I was like, is it?
I know how many people were on the field there.
Too many men on the ice. Maybe I'm used to ice hockey. Tough angle, but there it is. McEnany. Happens quick. There's only 4 seconds left in the quarter here, so that's a good time to score.
Boy, talking about.
Or maybe 6 according to our.
Yeah, well, we got to go by the scoreboards. That says 4.
Once again, we're going to go to the Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Or you can call them at 609-714-7733. I feel like it happened fast, Mr. Mel.
Yeah, even fast on the replay. How about that? But we know that it's McEnany's second goal.
Actually, on the replay, that might have been Rockowitz.
Okay, maybe we can get confirmation from our truck.
And there's a face-off one.
And that's going to be it with the third goal scored with just 4 seconds left.
Yeah, and Shawnee, this is ideal. They got up an early lead, and now they can. I'm not going to say they coast the rest of the game, but the pressure's off of them. You break the game open a little bit, and it just eases the tension.
Yeah, and again, if actually 2 quick goals by Shawnee.
Oh, we just got confirmation that it was indeed Jack Creaney. So I was wrong twice, not once but twice. And I'll tell you right now, it's not the first time I was wrong, and it certainly won't be the last. But thank you very much to the wonderful broadcasting crew we have here.
Absolutely, and we always have to rely on them, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Mr. Dodd's in the house. How are you, Mr. Dodd?
He's probably looking at me saying, well, why aren't you at tennis? But unfortunately, it rained at a very inopportune time today, and the courts were a little wet.
Well, I know you wanted to play, but I'm kind of glad because I would have to go solo today, and it would probably be so low we'd lose our ratings.
No, not possible. You're a one-man band sometimes.
Oh, I don't know. In this age thing, this play-by-play stuff, you need some young eyes and some young brain cells, man, and you certainly got them.
No, I appreciate that very much, but I got them from you, as my teacher, gym teacher nonetheless. But I'll never forget the Mel Cup, little
Shawnee Cup.
Shawnee
nice
Cup, yeah.
I saw Mr. Gushu earlier. We used to have battles there with the All-Star game, but I was never worked a day in my life.
Yeah, that's what they say when you do something you love. Getting to the start of the second quarter here.
Yeah, as you said, quick game.
Both benches. I guess that's a lacrosse thing. You stand the whole time. I guess you got to be ready to go.
Yeah, they change on the fly so quickly. That's for sure.
Looks as if Shawnee, we actually don't have a number 1 on the roster, so we apologize.
I know we do. We were talking to Dana earlier, and I don't think we've received an official roster, so some of these numbers may be a little bit off, folks, so we apologize for that.
Yeah, we can only work with what we get, you know. Although LDTV is the best in the business. We will have to follow up with that at halftime. Shawnee back to work in the offensive zone. McEnany, McGovern, Rockowitz, Lumberg. Cycling the ball around quicker than I can get the names out. And we just got corrected again. I was right the second time. That goal was credited to Rockowitz.
Okay, so we have one for McEnany, one for Rockowitz, and one for Bartasius. 3-1 lead for the Renegades.
We might have to check the replay one more time, but as of now, that's where we're at.
That's okay, as long as we get it correct.
Yes, absolutely. There you go. That's awesome. Back to Rockowitz, who earlier was playing underneath the net, so to speak. Now it looks like Bartasius is there. McGovern at the point. Lumberg trying to entice some defenders with some fancy footwork. Believe he's a senior. Will be displaying that fancy footwork at prom.
Oh.
A shot by Rockowitz and a good save there made by Wes Canton of Moorestown.
Hey, that was a bullet.
Good spot, too. You want to shoot low in lacrosse, and he did a great job doing that.
I still can't believe they don't have anything protection on their legs.
I know, it's the craziest
thing.
thing.
Nuts, and we missed a goal.
That one is that was Lumberg, I believe. And if that was Lumberg, that's his first goal of the season. In his first game back after suffering that hamstring. Yep, Lumberg. So first goal, it's nice to get that one under the belt. We're going back to Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. So it's McGovern with the assist over to Lumberg, and he just rips it.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely rips it. And
it. That's a
that is
great
why
sign to see him back and get that first goal.
Absolutely. If you're the Shawnee coaches, you're like, all right, let's go. You know, we've missed him a couple games, but life goes on, unfortunately. It's the way sports work. Next man up. And Shawnee's definitely has a plethora of men who are willing to step up.
Yeah, they have great depth on this team.
E.J. Martino is also out. He's a vital part of this team, but he's dealing with the soft tissue injury as well. So, you know, every team faces adversity throughout the season, and it's just part of it in sports, unfortunately.
Yeah, and EJ also plays soccer, so, you know, sometimes you don't get enough rest in between sports.
I tell you that right now, these club teams,
I'm
not going to go on my soapbox. I'll save the viewers, as Shawnee cycles the ball around here.
I'm with you on that, pal.
In complete control of the game at this moment, up 4-1 and pressing for another goal. Lumberg again. He's pretty shifty. Lumberg is coming off.
Uh-oh.
He pulled up a little lame there.
Yeah, he did.
And he was trying to stretch that hammy. That is not what you want to see if you're a Shawnee coach, but next man up, and that looks like Santucci came on, and then Jack Creaney in possession of the ball. He just passed it to Santucci.
Yeah, Lumberg's trying to stretch that out, and we don't.
Wouldn't be shocked if we don't see Lumberg again today. It's a long season, you know.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Dodging was McGovern to McEnany, back to McGovern. Yeah, this kid was a stud on the basketball court. I was blown away. I was able to do a few Shawnee games this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working the book and tallying up his points at the end of the game. I was just blown away sometimes, and so young, but a great leader off on the court. That is the long stick, Nicholas Savalos, back to West Canton. Then you got Jake Lees passing it over to Cade McDonough, looking to see what he's got. Cycled back to Trey Seol. Over to Max Savalos again. Wyatt Tickner, the lone goal scorer, number 37 from Moorestown. You know, Moorestown really needs to generate some offense here. These possessions that come up empty.
Right, I think the next goal scores it should be Moorestown if they want to feel a little good about themselves and get back into this game.
Absolutely. Underneath the net hanging out was Bryce Richards, who's a junior. Back to the point of Trey Seol, looking to dodge. Gets the ball into Wyatt Tickner. Missed pass in front of the net. And a big hit there on the stick. That's not a... Oh, I thought the stick broke. You said I had young eyes. I'm not so sure anymore. Shawnee scrambling to get it out and picked up by... Looks like we have a timeout here, but that was picked up by number 47. That's Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is a junior. Timeout by... Was that Shawnee?
I believe it was.
Maybe they were concerned about getting it over the midfield. What is it, 10 seconds, I believe? I mean, that's basketball, so I could be completely off here.
Well, basketball is either 30 or full was a minute, so that's probably something similar here. And again, we have the head coach for Shawnee is Don Green, and you probably know the assistants of Shawnee. You want to?
Yeah, we got Mike Osmond, great art teacher, great guy. We got Coach Fiorentino, Coach F, some would call him. He's always looking for food, but a great guy nonetheless.
Nice Italian guy. Of course he's going to be looking for food.
Then we got the lead singer of Staff Infection, which is a staff rock and roll band. That's Dan O'Keefe.
Wow.
Phenomenal singer.
Real.
Now, I don't hold it against him, but he did go to the Green School.
Okay. Can't hold it against him. My son's there, so I can't hold them against him, even though I'm still bleeding blue.
Yeah, no, and admittedly, I am sorry, but there's one coach I don't recognize. But for Morristown, we got Brian Carey as the head coach, and his assistants are Anthony Labetti, Baron Wallenhurst, AJ Alanikin, Jared Nutter, Shane Knobloch, John Miller, Marty Cuprion. How many assistants are there?
That's a lot of assistants.
It's a tongue twister.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
6:09 left, second quarter. Shawnee up 4-1.
Nick Herrero, number 23. I feel like the first time I called his number. And Lundberg is on the sideline.
And it looks like he's ready to come back in. We didn't see the trainer come down, so he still looks like he's still stretching out. And again, if there's any kind of tweakness or soreness, like he said, he really should come off.
He's on. He's back on.
He's back on.
Subs out Jack Creaney. So we'll see if he pulls up again, but hopefully not. Oliver Young coming off, and that looks like Johnny Sears going back on. But Mr. Mel, I could be completely wrong. If you were a neutral, which unfortunately we're not, but we should be. But if you were neutral, I think Shawnee's dominating this game.
I think so, and he wouldn't. Oh, there's a nice save.
Nice save by West Canton on the Rockowitz shot.
That quick Moorestown goal. We thought otherwise in the first minute, but Shawnee settled down, got some turnovers, and resulted in some goals off of the turnovers. As I believe Moorestown is calling a timeout now, with 5:09 left. In the second quarter, again, Shawnee up with that 4 unanswered goals.
Now, I believe Moorestown is in possession. I could be completely wrong about
Yeah,
that.
I think they have to be in possession to call a timeout. I assume it would be that way.
So, if you're the head coach of Moorestown, Brian Carey, which you're not, but, you're probably talking to your team right now saying, hey, we got to get some offense going.
That's for sure.
We're going to go to a replay here, Ivy Rehab Replay. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Is this going to be the save? It was a good one.
Lower left-hand corner save.
Kind of missed it. It was a good save nonetheless.
Yeah.
Or it didn't hit the post, did it? We would have heard that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I thought it was a save from the get-go. And, hey, if I made the replay, it's a save.
It's a save,
it's
absolutely,
a save.
yeah. So West Canton certainly doing his job, keeping Moorestown in this game. Now it's the offense that needs to pull their weight here.
Okay, so, Moorestown has possession, and they're coming out of their defensive end.
Jake Lees getting it going here. Now it's Nicholas Savalos. Back to West Canton, the goalie, to Lees. To number 1, Mitchell Gill, sophomore. First time his name's being called today. So maybe they're trying to find a spark with some players who are been observing the game thus far and see if they can't, do something different here.
Yeah, and certainly with just over 4 minutes left, doesn't look like they're in a rush, and they certainly don't want to force another turnover and another Shawnee goal. They definitely want to get their second goal here, or even prevent another goal by Shawnee before the second quarter ends.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but it's pivotal and there's another turnover by Moorestown.
Just as we said turnover, they got one.
But it was pivotal for Moorestown to score before Shawnee. It's a long game. I totally get that. But just the way the game's been playing, I feel like if Shawnee gets another goal, this could be getting out of reach a little bit. And as I say that, a turnover by Shawnee. And a little scrum. We're blocked by the coaches, unfortunately. It looks as if there's going to be Shawnee is going to retain possession. Out of bounds, Moorestown. Alex Waldhauser sprinting on, number 9 for Moorestown. Rockowitz. We're screened by the goalie, but that's McGovern, who looks like he's playing the other elbow, to McEnany. Recycling it. Rockowitz. I mean, it's pretty impressive. These guys can throw and catch with their eyes closed, it seems like. They've sure passed a lot. And a great look. And that is number 13, Grayson Santucci, with the goal. Was that a McEnany assist?
That I did not see, but I did see the goal scorer.
It looks like we're going to take a look at it. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Rockowitz with the ball. Gives a little shimmy. And he finds a diving. So there's a Rockowitz on the assist and an unmarked, completely free path to the goal. Santucci comes through. So Rockowitz with the assist.
And Santucci also is the face-off specialist for the Renegades.
Speak of face-off, Shawnee won the face-off, so now you're looking at expanding that lead even more potentially. McEnany to Bartasius. Now they're going to definitely be in no rush here because
they may want to even run the clock out.
They have the ability to stare at that clock and just watch it go tick, 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 lower and lower. 5-1 lead with 2:35 left here in the second quarter. I think Shawnee would be happy with a 4-goal lead at halftime.
Don't forget, at the end of the first quarter, they scored with 1 minute left and, 38 seconds left?
Yeah.
To really start to break it open.
Rockowitz underneath again. Remember, he had that magical assist. This time Bartasius is diving in, but he is picked up by Moorestown's defense. Rockowitz doing everything he can. He's getting absolutely mauled out there. And he's still got the ball. I missed the call here.
Yeah, I didn't see a flag, but I think we're going to get another timeout by Shawnee. Or is there an injury down there that we can't see?
Moorestown's coaches are on the field. I'm a little confused. Perhaps a timeout?
Well, it wasn't a very quick one. If it was, I didn't really see anything would happen. We got another takedown.
The old turf monster, I think, got him there.
But again, no flags.
Moorestown's breaking out here. Number 28, Nicholas Ceballos, passing it up.
Now there's a timeout because we saw the coach very animatedly signaling for a timeout.
I can be certain about this one, Mr. Mel.
Yeah, I'm sure he is not happy. Again, it's Brian Carey, the head coach for
6
Moorestown.
years as the head coach, 62-45 record, but pretty successful.
Oh, absolutely. And we said these two teams are usually, this is probably a little unprecedented having a 4-goal discrepancy between these two teams.
Absolutely. But, one thing to highlight here is that Moorestown did graduate 10 seniors.
Right.
So that's a pretty strong class.
That certainly makes a difference. And, you're talking sometimes like a game like basketball, you miss or you graduate 1 or 2 players makes a huge difference. You're talking about naturally more players on the field for the game of lacrosse. You're talking about 10 graduating, seniors. That's
a huge loss for any program. And that leaves only 3 returning starters.
Right.
So their slow start to the season could be chalked up to that. Building chemistry, certainly.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you have, like you said, next man up, and sometimes that next man up needs a few games under their belt on the varsity level to really get into the line of things.
Absolutely. Takes time. And the team's strength, according to the coach Brian Carey, is their goalie. And I will say, he's made a few huge saves that
really big. Yeah, it could have
kept this game pretty close.
Could be 7 or 8 for Shawnee without him.
So that was Wyatt Tickner who brought the ball up there. He's in possession still, and he is the lone goal scorer of Moorestown. I know I said that once, but it's worth saying again. And another turnover. Shawnee is in possession, and the ball is in the air and picked up by Nick Carrero. Brought up by Oliver Young, who shoots it wide.
Yeah, it wasn't considered a shot, so that's why Moorestown is taking over with 1 minute left.
1 minute left, and whoa.
That was just a bit outside.
That was a cool angle we had there, though. And I'll tell you what, he was pretty wide open.
I know. I'm sure he wants that one back.
That thing sailed. Make some noise from the Moorestown sidelines. Trying to do anything to will their team. Again, that's Nick Carrero, number 23. Now on the other side, you got Jackson Hayes. An errant pass that does find its way to Shawnee. That's number 3. That's Creaney, short stick defensive midfielder. And he's taking it in almost untouched. And they find him. So the ball goes from Creaney to Santucci. I'm sorry, to Rockowitz to Santucci for the goal.
Number 2 goal today for Grayson Santucci.
They claim he's a Fogo, but
yeah, but he's been out there.
He's playing a lot more than just the face-offs. So I'm sure we'll probably go to a replay of that. But if you look at the time, 17 seconds left. So Shawnee is scoring, but they're also scoring at opportune times.
Absolutely, and they've been using the clock to their advantage, and they've been putting it in right before the end of the first quarter and second quarter.
That just kills you mentally, your confidence. Another face-off won by, unfortunately, we're going to have to find this out at halftime. So remind me, please, Mr. Mel, with a shot there that was a little high. I believe that was Creaney. But if they scored there, then whew.
6 seconds left.
What are they going to do? Rockowitz dodging. Finds an open man, and that is a goal right before. I believe that's the freshman, McGovern.
The referee indicated a goal, so right before.
Great play.
Right before the buzzer.
As the time expires.
Gets their 7th goal.
And that is McGovern's first goal. We're going to go to the Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Here it is. 609-714-7733. So not much time left. I forget how many seconds you said.
It was right
6 or something?
Yeah, coming out at 6.
And then
I looked up. There was no time on the clock, but the referee indicated that the goal was good right at the buzzer.
Rockowitz finds a diving McGovern who scores. Does he stay out of the crease? He does. Oh, absolutely. That's just a great athletic play by the freshman.
Boy, that is a killer.
You can see the Moorestown coaches scratching their head a little bit. One's got his hands on his knees as if he's tired. Next up on LDTV, which I believe myself is going to be doing the color, not the play-by-play this time, but that is Cherry Hill West Lions at the Seneca Golden Eagles girls lacrosse. That is tomorrow. Our graphic team is it's half day today, so we get half a graphic.
Must be Wednesday then.
Yes, Wednesday's half day.
Yeah.
So
used to be opposites day on Sesame Street.
You're absolutely right about that, Mr. Mel.
Yeah, because we had kids, man. If not, I wouldn't know any of this stuff.
yeah, not there yet. So Shawnee leading 7-1 at halftime. So we thought they were going to maybe go into halftime with a 4-goal lead, and then 2 quick goals makes it a 6-goal lead for halftime. So we are going to toss it to our sponsors now and hope you join us for a second half action.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Comegno Law Group, providing thorough, responsive, and committed legal representation. 856-234-4114 or ComegnoLaw.com. Zallie's Fresh Kitchen Catering at ShopRite of Medford for parties large and small, business and family, and more. Fresh ideas, fresh ingredients, fresh results. 855-ZFK Menu or on the web at ZallieFamilyMarkets.com. Dan Higgins Wood Flooring, your hardwood flooring specialist since 1985. Showroom located at 370 Miller Road, Medford, New Jersey. Free quotes, free delivery, no subcontractors. Learn more at danhiggins.com. Paradise Solar and Electrical LLC, your trusted electrical and solar contractor in New Jersey. 609-801-2420 or online at paradisesolarllc.com. The Chris Murray Mortgage Group, proud graduate and supporter of the Lenape Regional High School District. 609-922-2630. Three-dimensional physical therapy, dedication, drive, difference. At 3D PT, we see more than your injury. We see your comeback. With one-on-one care and a recovery plan built just for you, we'll help you heal faster, move better, and get back in the game. Experience the 3D PT difference. Davis PT and Sports Rehab. Expect more. Delivering high-caliber treatment and assessments with the application of cutting-edge technology for rehabilitation and sports performance. On the web at davisptsr.com. Burns Honda. For Honda savings, selection, and service, turn to Burns. Route 73 in Marlton, 856-983-0600 or burnshonda.com. For more information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 868,000, or by email jmalagrana at lrhsd.org.
Shawnee has a plethora of academic opportunities for students.
For kids like myself who want to be able to challenge themselves and really grow throughout the year, there's a lot of different AP classes that you can take. There's a lot of business classes, tech classes. I take engineering classes that I really enjoy. So not just high levels that are going to push you to be a better student, but also different areas that are more niche that are going to allow you to explore different opportunities that you're interested in.
We have tons of options for students that are interested in career readiness. So we have tons of different electives that are for consumer sciences, wood shop, different technology classes, photography. So you can really find what you need at Shawnee.
Because we are so well-rounded in our elective field, students become better decision makers, they become better problem solvers.
We want to make sure the kids come out of here with real positive character and the types of habits and skills that are going to make them successful when they get in the real world. You can feel it, I think, when you walk through the door, the tradition of excellence that we have here. There are so many people that live in this community, that grew up in this community and are still here and really take pride in the school as a central part of the community.
Everybody's like family. Every teacher knows you individually. Everybody is so close to each other. It's really, really great to be a part of.
It's not just school and maybe sports or clubs after school. There's a whole community, a sense of belonging that kids feel that makes you excited to go to school every day.
What I love about Shawnee is just the teachers and the meaningful connections I get to make with them every day.
There's always been a great connection between the staff and students here at Shawnee.
They just really care about their students, and it's a nice feeling inside knowing that I'm coming to a school where they care about me.
It's not just school and maybe sports or clubs after school. There's a whole community, a sense of belonging that kids feel that makes you excited to go to school every day.
Get past one, look to shoot. Davidson shoots, and she scores! Abby Davidson, that's her 46th on the year, and the first of the game for Shawnee.
Ooh, and a great steal there by Rath for Seneca. Had to hold up a second there before he put the layup up, but he puts it in and fires up Seneca right into the timeout.
And we're back. Getting ready for the second half here. Both coaches address their team.
Yeah, and you're wondering what the Moorestown coach should possibly say, to his team. I'm sure they tried different things throughout the first two quarters, and right now, it doesn't look like anything is really working against this strong Shawnee team.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Moorestown, usually they're known for their defense with a tough zone. But it's time for the sideline report. It's now time for the Jostens sideline report. Remember your year with a one-of-a-kind yearbook for your student. Yearbooks and parents ads available online at jostens.com.
I'm going to send that down to him.
Thanks, guys. At the half, I talked to Coach Green of Shawnee and asked him how they plan to keep the momentum up going into the rest of this game. He told me that they really want to win the first 4 minutes of this third period. They've had a lot of difficulty with that in the past, so that is a huge priority right now because if they can do that, they might have this game in the bag. I then talked to Coach Carey of Moorestown and asked him how they really plan to get going in this next half, and he told me that they really just need to shoot the ball and get the ball in the net. It's as simple as that. We have had a super entertaining game so far, and I can't wait to see what's next. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Amelia Spratlin. Sideline report. Jostens sideline report. Big hit there. It's not easy to move Jackson Hayes there, and he's just a very strong kid, but I think he was a little blindsided. So back to business here. We got Creaney moving the ball to Rockowitz, over to McGovern. Be interesting to see if Moorestown makes any big changes here. Shawnee's been using pretty much the same guys. Lundberg, I think, is definitely played a little bit less since getting hurt a little bit there. So you just want to be cautious with him. It's early in the season. Number 13, Santucci to McEnany. Underneath to Rockowitz. Mason McGovern. Bartasius. Lundberg. Santucci. Ooh, put a little spin cycle on that defender. Rockowitz underneath. Now in possession to McEnany. I don't even know how it happened, but he switched sides. This is Lundberg now. Now, Shawnee doesn't need to force anything. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to bleed the clock because that'd be ridiculous, but they don't need to force anything.
Yeah, you had a great shot. That was a good shot, but unfortunately a little high. But they are going to keep possession.
That could just be the rust. That didn't miss by much.
No.
It's kind of cool to see.
You can see the angle.
Yeah, some of these shots on the angle. It's pretty cool. Perks of being in the commentator's booth, so to speak.
Well, you're play-by-play, and you're doing an excellent job, I got to tell you.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to have you on the color. So, again, Shawnee's lone assistant that I was unsure of is Austin Hayes, and he was actually a Moorestown defender.
Oh, okay.
So a little inside scoop there. Now we apologize if the broadcast picks up the little bit rambunctious Moorestown fans here as they try and scramble to get the ball out of their zone. That was a little risky. Mitchell Gill with a turnover there. Jackson Hayes to Rockowitz. Sorry, trying to calm down these Moorestown fans a little bit. We don't have the luxury of a delay built up. Big shot, and a penalty flag comes out, but it does not matter because, no, it's a goal. So we got, I believe that was Santucci. And if that is, that's his third goal. Rockowitz losing a cleat. Looks like we have a 1-minute penalty. Oh, Ivy Rehab Replay. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. So Rockowitz underneath. He's fallen down. His shoe comes off. Doesn't matter. He passes to Santucci, who just, boom goes the dynamite, drives it home.
Gets the hat trick, and I guess it's not like hockey because Not like a delayed hockey, because I do believe that the number 12 is in the
old sin bin.
bin.
Oh, Jinx.
Sin
Yeah.
bin.
Same wavelengths there, Mr. Mel.
And Jinx. I remember that too.
We got Ben Labroli trying his best with the faceoff. He wins it, and then it becomes a little bit of a sketchy situation. Jackson Hayes forces the turnover. And it appears as if there is a timeout.
I believe so, yeah.
I don't want to be wrong about this one, but appears there's a timeout as number 12, Jake Lees, the junior defender, is with his helmet off, as we mentioned earlier, in the sin bin. So I think it was just a 1-minute penalty. I'd be lying to you if I knew what it was.
Yeah, I did see the ref indicate one minute on that, and again, I guess you could score, but you do have to serve the penalty.
Absolutely. So a Shawnee timeout as they are up 7. 7 goals, that is. They are up 8-1. 9:04 left here in the third quarter.
And again, the first minute of the game, don't forget the Moorestown came out and scored that early goal. And after that, it's been all Shawnee. 8 unanswered goals with 9:04 left in the third quarter.
That is an astute observation, and it seems like that was forever ago, to be honest. But, yeah, they came out literally at the 11-minute mark. So 1 minute into the game, they get their first goal. They're feeling good. Sideline was celebrating, but it didn't carry any momentum.
No, and I said there was like 2 or 3 almost in a row turnovers by Moorestown, and I believe that Shawnee answered at least with 2 of those 3 turnovers with goals.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, and keys to the game, limit the turnovers, and if I'm not keeping tally here, but Moorestown certainly has more turnovers than Shawnee, which I thought Shawnee had more turnovers than Westfield. Oh, my goodness. Number 4 for Santucci here.
He is on fire.
Was that Rockowitz with another assist? That happened so fast. I can't even you said I had young eyes. I feel like I have old eyes when I'm watching this. Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. McEnany to Rockowitz. He was like just right over the top. Santucci.
Wow.
Right at the crease. How can a goalie stop that? I think being a goalie in the Lacrosse has got to be one of the worst positions to play.
Crazy.
Now, we do have a name. It's Alex Sibilia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Number 1 on Shawnee. He was a transfer, so this is his second game. Perhaps the roster wasn't updated. But for the most part, it's interesting because I believe one of the keys to the game was for Moorestown is control the face-off, and they've done a great job with that. All the credit in the world to Ben Labrioli, who's having a phenomenal face-off game. However, they're not generating much offense off winning the face-off.
After that, as I said, the Shawnee's defense has been stifling.
So underneath here, we got number 2. That's Bryce Richards. Number 27 with the ball. That is Cade McDonough. He gets pushed out a little bit. They have to reset it here. 16's bringing the ball up. That is Trey Seol. Doing a little dodge, a little weaving. Underneath the net, you can find Richards. Richards is surveying the field. Finds number 46. That is Max Savalos. 27, now to 16. Nothing easy here for Moorestown, and he shoots and he scores, and there's a penalty flag flying. So we'll see what the call is there, but the goal is good. So there's Moorestown's first goal. So 7:16 left in the third quarter. Took him quite a bit there. Let's take a look at that replay there, the Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. See if we can pick up the penalty here. Number 16 there, that has done a great job, Trey Seol. They missed the penalty. Who's number 12? That's Oliver Young is on his knee. I don't know if.
I would think, yeah, that's where they usually stay for the penalty. But as you said, the goal is good. And 8-2 Shawnee. 9-2 Shawnee, excuse me.
Great face-off win. That's what Shawnee needed. Worst thing you can do is give up a goal and then immediately lose the face-off. And, you know, you can't let any team build momentum. This is a very momentum sport. And
Yeah, they can score in bunches, that's for sure.
You know, soccer, you get scored on, you have the ball. Basketball, you retain possession, other sports. But lacrosse, it's 50-50 in theory. Odds are a little higher if you were Moorestown with Ben Labrioli taking the face-offs. But Shawnee's going to go back to work here. They're not panicked. McEnany evading the stick of Michael Oatway. Rockowitz doing his best to deke out Jake Lees here as he gets beat up a little bit with the stick. I'll tell you what, this is a tough sport. I don't think I'd be tough enough to play it, but
it is. It's amazing, and for years, the only lacrosse here at Shawnee was the girls.
Yes,
I believe it was in 2004.
2002, I want to say.
Okay, I thought it was 4 or 2. It was around that area.
Around that area, yeah.
And I know. Well, we'll go with this play here.
Another Santucci. He looked like he was going to shoot it for a minute, but he thought differently. He was pushing for goal number 5. Back to Lundberg. As you hear the Moorestown fans say, Shawnee's got 2 fake Duke commits. I don't know how you have a fake Duke commit, but there are 2 kids on Shawnee going to Duke.
Oh, brother.
I'd be curious if they're rooming together. Good dodge by Bartasius. Gets the ball stripped. Number 1 comes up with it. That's Mitchell Gill. He's evading. He's evading the swift stick of Santucci, who almost causes a turnover. Now bringing the ball up is Nick Ceballos. Looks like he's got a brother on the team. Or maybe they're cousins, both juniors, Max Ceballos and Nick Ceballos.
Twins?
I don't want to assume anything. Could be cousins. Could be cousins.
Kissing cousins.
Could be cousins.
We do have another timeout here with 5:01 left. Moorestown gets their second goal, first one.
Let's take a look at our wonderful crew for today. Again, this is Moorestown at Shawnee Boys Lacrosse. We got the announcers, the legend, Mr. Joe Melagrana, myself, Jeff Provost. On the sideline, the wonderful Amelia Spratlin, Option 2 student, Christian Barnaba. On the crew, we got Nassim Mahajib, Ashley Daisy, Jess Bisty, Peyton Floyd, and the alumni volunteers, the wonderful Jeff Price and Matt Sosdorf.
Again, always a great job by our crew here.
Absolutely. I apologize if I butchered any of those names. There was some of them handwritten in, and unfortunately, handwriting is a lost art. It's actually almost an art at this point.
Yeah, that's for sure. But, again, a great job. And I know with in the springtime, sometimes it's tough to get some students out here. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, busy
senior
time
trip,
of the year.
prom, and colleges and everything else. And we managed to get a crew here today, and they're, like you said, top-notch job.
We're very grateful for that. So that's Wyatt Tickner, number 37. He was the lone goal scorer, but not so much anymore. But he is half of Morristown's offense, stating the obvious here. Cade McDonough bringing the ball up. Passes it over to Bryce Richards. Trey Seol in possession of the ball. Passes it over to Cade McDonough, who's looking to see what he can do. Oliver Young on him. Shot goes wide. Moorestown retains possession. That is Bryce Richards doing his best to evade Shawnee defender. Nothing easy here for Moorestown. Max Ceballos. It's like it could be a turnover. You got great stick work there. You got great stick work. Oh, and it looks like there's a little extracurricular after the play, as the Moorestown player was forced out of bounds, and as a result of that, it is going to be Shawnee's ball. Shawnee's going with the quick restart. Moorestown certainly not set up. Bartasius surveying the field, seeing what he's got. Pass it over to Rockowitz, who I believe has the majority of the assists for Shawnee today.
That's for sure. And
another goal, but a whistle.
I don't think that's going to count.
I missed the call there. I was looking down. There seems to be a little confusion by myself, but not just myself. There seems to be some confusion by the coaches as well. So not always
your partner.
And my partner. This is Labroli, sorry. He's their face-off guy, having a great face-off day today. Hope to get some offensive production out of him. Now it's passed over to Wyatt Tickner. Given up here to number 16, Tracy Ole. Now it's 21 in possession, Nolan Hughes. He's got 21 points on the year. And just a sloppy pass and catch. Overall, I think Moorestown's played a pretty sloppy game.
Well, like you said, they have probably losing all those seniors and a lot of inexperience out there.
And that really is showing. Shawnee's got a pretty senior-heavy team. They're certainly a contender for state championship here. These two teams will probably meet again in the playoffs realistically.
They usually do.
Now again, once in the hands of Max Ceballos. Tracy Ole. Little underhand scoop pass. Errant, nonetheless. Jackson Hayes is now running down Max Ceballos, who fires it over to Bryce Richards. Cycles it back here to number 21. That is Nolan Hughes. And the face-off guy trying to take on Shawnee's number 3. I believe that's Creaney. And meets a wall. Oh, that was a nice play. That goes off the old the cage, though. Goalkeeper's best friend, they say.
And the posts.
Yep, yep. All right, back in the possession here of Tracy Ole. Again, the face-off guy doing some dodging, and he shoots it a mile high. Maybe not that high. But
just a bit high.
In warm-ups, I saw something pretty cool. Ball rocketed off the crossbar and then off the field goal post, and it's sitting in the woods of Shawnee now. Back over to number 37, which is Wyatt Tickner. You know, all the credit in the world to Shawnee's defense. They are not making it easy for Moorestown today.
They're not getting a lot of good looks, that's for sure.
As we are under a minute here left in the third quarter.
And
a turnover.
Another turnover.
And it is in possession of Creaney, who's looking to see if Shawnee can score before the half again. He's taking it all the way, and he's going to rip a shot, and a save is made. Again, Wes Canton.
Another.
And that's a big save because we're under 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Oh, sorry, forgot where we were. And if they score there, that might have been the icing on the cake.
Wes has definitely had a few 10-bell saves today.
There's a lot of people yelling, and that was picked up by the goalie. He just pickpocketed that. That was impressive.
5 seconds.
Rockowitz, not much time, and he rifles one. However,
that clock stopped with 3 seconds left.
Not a goal. So Moorestown's going to heave it down the field and say a prayer.
Okay, well, Moorestown did score their second goal, but Shawnee still has that big 7-goal lead, 9-2.
We're going to check out the pickpocket Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. It happened so fast I didn't even notice. You can see there you got Nolan Hughes dodging, looking for something. Shawnee not making it easy.
Oh, and just it just.
Oh, bats it down. Okay, I thought we were watching.
Yeah.
I thought we were watching the goalie snag it, but the turnover there. So, and it gave Shawnee an opportunity to do what they've been doing so well, scoring with the first minute and last minute of the quarters. But all the credit to West Canton.
And that's just one example from today of the quick transition game that Shawnee has.
That's a great observation, Mr. Mellon. You're absolutely right about that. You talk about having a team full of athletes. It looks like Shawnee is the more athletic team today, that's for sure.
Well, 1 quarter to go.
7-point game. So you said you got your grandson.
Yeah, sophomore Nicky Mel. He's playing baseball. They're playing at the same time right now.
Well, hopefully this game ends and you can go check them out. So here's the Ivy Rehab replay. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And this is the shot off the post, I believe. It looks like the net was open. The goalie was sliding over, and that is Bryce Richards, who wishes he could have that back because 1 inch makes all the world of difference. We got a face-off, another 1-1 here by Ben Labroli. And with the quick shot, that was Max Ceballos with the quick shot there.
He really got down that field quickly, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and that's, things can change on a dime. When Shawnee beat Moorestown last year in that sectional final with their backup goalie nonetheless, they were down 3 with a couple minutes left, and they were able to score 4 and win. Truly incredible. I was following on Twitter. All the credit to the AD here who updates the Twitter so people like myself can follow along. And great comeback, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I kept hitting refresh. Moorestown seems to be shooting a little bit quicker now. Not really working the ball around as much. Maybe it's just this initial possession, but perhaps the coach said urgency.
Yeah, there's no time to have composure. They have to get some shots on goal.
And it's kind of a luxury that Shawnee has is, they can just set up to try and prevent that. That is Oliver Young playing some great defense there. Oh, we had a little pick. Thought that was basketball only. Jackson Hayes getting his stick up in there, trying to break up the play. In possession now is Bryce Richards, looking to see what he's got. And a pass that could not be caught by Cade McDonough, but Moorestown retains possession nonetheless. Works it around, so in possession now is Max Ceballos. He's directing his guys as he takes it out. He's probably going to look to dodge here against Creaney. He does. Gets it over to number 27. That is Cade McDonough. 37 underneath. Wyatt Tickner. And a saver. The goalie for Shawnee ended up with the ball, Tyler Newsy. Jackson Hayes needs to advance it here. And no problem. It is number 3, Jack Creaney in possession, who gives it over to the freshman, Mason McGovern. And now if you're Shawnee, you really are just waiting for the perfect opportunity to see if you can't push this.
No need to rush any shots right now.
Exactly. See if you can't push this lead just a little bit more. Now, it does appear as if Lundberg is back in the game, which he has been, but I will say I think his usage has been a little bit limited.
Yeah, I haven't seen 24 out there, and rightly so.
Yeah,
rightly so.
It's a long season. Spartatius in possession. There's Lundberg. And early in the game, Lundberg was trying to dodge a little bit and dance around, so to speak. Excuse my lacrosse acumen, or lack thereof. But he's playing a little bit more conservative maybe. But yeah. Rockowitz switching the hand, switching everything. Seeing what he's got. Again, no need of force here. Make Moorestown have to make a great play. McGovern thought about it. Said no. I saw him hit an insane goal against Westfield from that angle on Saturday. I was very impressed. Freshman starts for lacrosse and basketball. Very impressive. Point guard.
Yeah, I followed him. Of course, I've been following him. He was in a lot of teams with my grandson, so I've seen a lot of games that he played as a youngster.
Absolutely, and I see him in the hallways. I don't have him, but always respectful. Nice kid. You can appreciate that. That was a big shot by Lundberg off the post, and it looks like I'm going to sound like an idiot here, but it looks as if Johnny Sears stuck his stick across midfield there to touch that ball, which I believe is not allowed.
Yeah,
so a turnover. This is number 4 for Moorestown. Cole, oh boy, that's a name. I'm going to try my best. Mulschlogel. Do you have an attempt at it?
I think I'm going to go with what you said.
Yeah, it sounds good.
If they're Italian names, I can help you with. But that one, I don't know.
Linguist is not my strong point.
Mooschlegel. Yeah. I think we're in the general vicinity there.
Close enough. Hand grenades and horseshoes, right? This is Wyatt Tickner with the ball right now. Nothing easy. All the credit to Oliver Young, making life a little bit difficult for him. He finds number 21 with an errant shot, and that is Nolan Hughes. Again, Nolan Hughes has 21 points on the season, but he's having a tough time getting anything going today. And you got to give credit to Shawnee's defense. I think it's a combination of things, but we're talking about a pretty good defense here, led by Jackson Hayes and Johnny Sears and a combination of others. And that was a quick shot by Mason McGovern.
And you mentioned Nolan Hughes is coming into this game. Like I said, he was leading the team with 14 goals, and he's just a freshman.
So he's got a bright future, but maybe the moment's getting to him. I know this is his first taste of the rivalry. Looks like Mason McGovern here with the ball. McEnany. Pretty quiet day considering he had 14 points the other day. Granted, it was against Eastern in a little bit of a one-sided affair, but still 14 points is incredible. And that's how you get to being the career leader. A little sloppy, turnover by Shawnee. They're getting it over midfield. Errant pass that is scooped up by Jackson Hayes. Quickly to Creaney here, and again on the move, but a block. Jake Lees is really coming on this quarter here. Might be too little too late, but the ball ends up in Santucci's hands. A tough pass handled quite nicely by Mason McGovern there, who's going to hold the ball. As we tick under 5 minutes here, Shawnee is in complete control of this game. One more goal, I would have to say, would totally ice it, but I also think that it's a foregone conclusion at this point based off the scoreboard. Rockowitz with the ball. Just kind of dancing around, not forcing anything. I feel like I've said that a lot today, but Shawnee's in the unique position where they don't have to. You can see that Moorestown defense is just collapsing, trying to, they're playing so tight together. I'm sure there's a term for that, but anyways, it's almost like they'll give up the pass around the perimeter to prevent another goal from going in.
Just total control and a good shot.
A good save. That was a great shot by Bartasius from McEnany, I believe. But you got to give all the credit to the world. Wes Canton, I know he's given up 9 goals, but, when you've been under that much pressure and, there's a turnover there. That was Cole Muschlegel who turns it over. And, big hit. Was that a high hit? No flag.
No flags.
Big hit. All right, 21 with the ball. Again, Nolan Hughes, as you pointed out earlier, the leading goal scorer, but couldn't find the goal today. And that looks like there's going to be a call.
Yeah, it's just going to penny not enough to be shorthanded.
High hit, maybe? I think that's a thing. That was on Jack Creaney. Didn't look like anything crazy.
Yeah, sometimes you see, wow, how is that not called?
Right.
And it's a tough game.
It is. And there it is. So Nolan Hughes, the freshman, gets on the board, and welcome to the rivalry, Shawnee Moorestown. First career goal against the Blue School.
And that was a fantastic goal by
Great
the freshman.
Shot. Owen Sheets checking into the game for Shawnee here, number 44. We have a replay here, Ivy Rehab Replay. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. So he does a great job. That was all him. He does a great job dodging Hayes there and just blasts it by Shawnee's goalie, Tyler.
It looked like he dipped his left shoulder a little bit, maybe got some movement, lateral movement by Tyler Nuss, the goalie, and he blasted it in the upper right-hand corner.
That's all you need. Now, fortunately for Shawnee, again, the pressure's not on them per se because they do have a 6-goal lead with under 3 minutes left to play. Now, I've seen crazy things happen.
This would be really, really crazy.
But I do agree with you. And I hope I don't have to eat my words, but we shall see. Trying to kill some time here. Again, shot clock is a big point of contention in basketball and lacrosse, and the NJSIA is certainly listening to the complaints of the coaches. Not that they usually do that, but they're considering adding it to both sports. It's obviously got to be voted on. Bartasius here dodging a little bit, passes it to Rockowitz. Again, Moorestown and Lundberg. So Moorestown looked like they were just collapsing around the crease there, and Lundberg finds his 2nd goal of the game and another assist for Tyler Rockowitz, who I believe is going to Rutgers to play lacrosse.
Awesome.
And we are only keeping stats of goals up here in the booth, but if I had to guess, Rockowitz would certainly be the leading assist man. Ivy Rehab Replay. Let's take a look at the replay. Sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. So Bartasius to Rockowitz. Simple little pass. Lundberg.
And that's Lundberg's 2nd goal, as you said, the first game back after injury. And both these goals were from pretty far out. So
yeah.
He had a lot of mustard on both of those goals.
Looks like he's got a little bit of a cannon there and shooting it smart. I never played lacrosse, but I wanted to. I probably wasn't tough enough, but you should want to shoot low, and the way that the turf is and the ball, it skips off it, and it's very tough for these goalies. But again, you have to be maniacal to play goalie in lacrosse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Lack of padding, the shins just got to get beat up.
I still can't get over. They don't have anything on their legs.
Now, I'm used to soccer where we had these little shin guards that protected our shins, so maybe I'm overthinking it. But back to the game here. We got Moorestown in possession as we tick under 2 minutes. Looks like they're just working it around, trying to get those quick goals, dodging in here. And the quick goal, to give all the credit to Bryce Richards, the junior. So he has his first goal today. his first goal of the day. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And that happened quick. You can see scoring does happen quick in lacrosse.
The last 2 goals are very good goals.
All the credit in the world working it around. The assist there by number 27. That's Cade McDonough, who gives it to Bryce Richards, who sends it home, so to speak. Face-off won here by, lost the stick. Face-off was initially won by Shawnee, but then the stick was knocked out of the hands there. So here comes Moorestown again with the ball. This is Max Cevallos. He kind of gets sandwiched there. He's a little slow to get up. You hope he's okay. The ball is now in the hands of Oliver Young, who gets it over to Rockowitz, who just camps out behind that net, which is probably why he has 23 he's got 23 assists on the year. 18 assists. Oh, my goodness.
That's okay. It's my handwriting.
Long game. 18 assists on the year. That was before this game, which I'm sure he's probably up to at least 24 now. Maybe I'm being over-generous, but certainly the leading assist man today. You know what happened, Mr. Mel? I see an A and then a number.
Right, that was for the attack position,
He's an attacker, yep. So that is 100% my fault. I will certainly take blame for that. Shawnee, I would imagine, is just going to run out the clock. You can see the players congratulating each other here. They know that with 10 seconds left, no shot clock, the game is over. So that's a great win for Shawnee. The final is 10-4. And again, Moorestown certainly rebuilding a little bit. You could say a down year, but at the end of the day, it feels good to beat Moorestown anytime you can, especially in lacrosse with the rivalry that they have.
Yeah, and didn't mention it before, but coming into this game, you took a look at the PowerPoints of Group 3. Moorestown actually was 5th coming into this game, and Shawnee was 8th.
Really?
So, yeah, so I'm sure that's going to change.
That will change. Big PowerPoint guy myself. I'm always looking at them, and I think they're a fickle thing, really. So I'm a little surprised by that. But you do get rewarded for wins. And
right. And
all the credit to Shawnee for taking these tough out-of-state matches. They played up in Connecticut.
Right.
They played in New York, Pennsylvania. So.
And Moorestown, like I said, they had a tough schedule too. He said they lost some players. But again, when I was taking a look at the stats and saw a 3-4 record, and then I said, well, let's see where their PowerPoints were, and they were actually 3 ahead of Shawnee.
Which is incredible,
right.
Which means that the games that they have won were tough games and big wins.
Right.
So you get this ceremonial handshake line, one of the greatest traditions in sports. And I'm sure there's no love lost between the two teams here, but it's certainly Shawnee that is smiling, and Moorestown is feeling a little bit defeated, literally and figuratively. But great game by the Renegades.
Just a great game, great weather. Turned out to be a great day. And I just found out that baseball's winning 6-0.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And they're producing some runs.
Yeah, well, I just got a message from my son. They had a bunch of bunts, playing a lot of small ball. Which before that, a couple of their wins, they had some home runs. They had like 3 home runs against Cherokee. And their last couple games, they couldn't produce. They had some runners on. They couldn't get the big hit. So they went with small ball, and so far it's turning out pretty good.
I actually heard small ball is making a comeback.
I hope so. The art of the bunt was long missing, not only in the pros, but in high school and college.
Many, many years. Everyone just wanted to hit the salami there, so the home runs. Yep. So pretty good. But, thank you very much, Mr. Mel. It was a pleasure doing this game with you.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be gearing up for the play and player of the game before we sign off.
Absolutely.
I guess we do have a JV game right after. It looks like they're warming up, and they'll be getting started right away.
Just a reminder, our next game is actually tomorrow, Seneca Cherry Hill West girls lacrosse. If you aren't sick of listening to me, tune in tomorrow. I'll be talking a little bit less as the color guy, but tune in. And we're hoping that's going to be a good game as well.
Well, I'll tune in and make sure you're doing a good job as you always do.
Thank you. All right, folks. Now it's time for the Equitable Player of the Game. It's now time for the Equitable Player of the Game, providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other needs-based products since 1859. Equitable. Together, we'll build the right strategy for your future. 732-452-7275. Let's send it down to Amelia Spratlin, standing by for the interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with today's player of the game, Grayson Santucci. Grayson, you had 4 goals today, and this was a huge win considering the playoffs that happened last year. How do you think that this is going to motivate you guys into the rest of your season?
We're just not going to do anything different. Just play the same tough, aggressive game that we always play. I mean, we got a bunch of great players on this team, so nothing new, just how we play.
Yeah, and then what do you think was the biggest factor in today's game for getting this tough win?
Probably the biggest factor, definitely the cutters. Everyone had a great game. We just kept cutting, and attack kept finding us, so that's how we put it in the back of the net.
Great job today, Grayson. Thank you.
Thank you.
And a great job and a great answer. Yeah, we're not going to change anything up. You have a big win against a tough Moorestown team. Really, usually say, well, we can improve on this and improve on that. They just said, nope. Just going to continue what we're doing.
Absolutely.
I thought that was a great answer.
We're going to get to the Good Hands Play of the Game. It's now time to take a look at the Allstate Good Hands Play of the Game, sponsored by Michael McDyer, CLTC, 609-654-1426, or Michael McDyer at allstate.com. Allstate, you're in good hands. It is going to be number 10, Michael Bartasius. I believe this was his sweet little move that he just said, hold on, I'm going in.
Yeah, I just saw the break. And
a little shimmy and a great goal. It's tough.
Beautiful.
No goalie's going to stop that. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're one of the best in the business. But that is the Michael McDyer Good Hands Play of the Game. The final score here, Shawnee 10, Moorestown 4. That improves the Renegades to 6-2, and Moorestown is going to fall to 3-5. Thank you very much for tuning in with LDTV, and we're going to go to the sponsors, but we hope to see you tomorrow.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Comegno Law Group, providing thorough, responsive, and committed legal representation. 856-234-4114 or ComegnoLaw.com. Zallie's Fresh Kitchen Catering at ShopRite of Medford for parties large and small, business and family, and more. Fresh ideas, fresh ingredients, fresh results. 855-ZFK Menu or on the web at ZallieFamilyMarkets.com. Dan Higgins Wood Flooring, your hardwood flooring specialist since 1985. Showroom located at 370 Miller Road, Medford, New Jersey. Free quotes, free delivery, no subcontractors. Learn more at danhiggins.com. Paradise Solar and Electrical LLC, your trusted electrical and solar contractor in New Jersey. 609-801-2420 or online at paradisesolarllc.com. The Chris Murray Mortgage Group, proud graduate and supporter of the Lenape Regional High School District. 609-922-2630. Three-dimensional physical therapy, dedication, drive, difference. At 3D PT, we see more than your injury. We see your comeback. With one-on-one care and a recovery plan built just for you, we'll help you heal faster, move better, and get back in the game. Experience the 3D PT difference. Davis PT and Sports Rehab. Expect more. Delivering high-caliber treatment and assessments with the application of cutting-edge technology for rehabilitation and sports performance. On the web at davisptsr.com. Burns Honda. For Honda savings, selection, and service, turn to Burns. Route 73 in Marlton, 856-983-0600 or burnshonda.com. For more information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana LBTV Underwriting Manager at 609-268-2000, extension 86000, or by email jmelagrana@lrhsd.org.